Welcome back, investors, traders, just financial enthusiasts. This is my morning show, and I'm going to go over a little bit of the market. So let's just get right on into it, and let's talk about stocks. The S&P 500. I'm sitting here on the daily, and we had a golden cross a little bit a while ago, early January, which is good. And truthfully, anything above 3,000 has been good for me. So if I'm going to zoom out here and actually right around 3,500, if I'm zooming here, let me go to the weekly and let me get rid of the stochastics here, reset this. Here, let's get rid of this guy so that we see 3,500 is really the bear market line in the sand, and that is what I've been looking at when it comes to stocks. And ever since then, this is where I've been putting money into the stock market. Is every time we've been touching that, it's been good. Truthfully, we should have been in a recession a while ago, but the Fed have a good ability to just keep printing more money. And I know right now they've been holding off and interest rates have gone through the roof, but right now people are looking at trying to get back into the market. And here we've got a nice resistance line right around 4,500, and it's plain as day. You can see it. Boom. Having a hard time, but we've got a trend line here on stocks. So, and if you look at this on the weekly, what does that look like to you? That looks like a rising, ascending triangle. Okay. It just boom, 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 boom. And you all know, if you've been following my channel for a while, these are some of my favorite programs to look at. And so if we go here, we can just pop this up here and let me zoom out so that we can see where that price target would lead us to. $6,100. That's truthfully, if we break out into 2024, 2025, that is that is crazy, crazy, crazy. That is long-term, the next 2 to 5 years where I could see the stock market heading. I don't see us breaking below. Really, the line in the sand is right around the $4,000 range. And with the Feds deciding to lower interest rates and pause interest rates coming up here, I don't see us following down here. So this is really the line in the sand there. If I'm looking at gold, let's look at gold. I haven't looked at gold in a little while. What does gold look like on the weekly? Well, honestly, that to me looks like, could it be a fake breakout or could it just be a test up and down, right? And what I mean by that is, could this guy have popped up and then pop down and get ready for another leg up? Where would be the next? Is gold chilling at its all-time high? Yeah, gold is chilling at its all-time high, basically around this range. Where is my... Okay, between 2,000 and 1,500. That's where gold is saying. So we're in new territory. We're in new territory for gold, which is good. Everyone likes to think about gold as the hedge against Bitcoin and all the other markets. Truthfully, I'm not a big gold guy. It just doesn't move near as fast as Bitcoin. So I'm actually the guy that's looking to buy another Bitcoin here in the next couple of days. So for me, that is what I am looking at. And here, let's get rid of this. So honestly looking at, I'm not going to look at trading gold at all, but we can put just some typical small little lines on here to see where we have some resistance and support. Okay, this is looking like a nice little trend line here. Even if gold breaks below this guy and stays above the $1,900 range and comes in here, that would be good to see for gold too. But it is pretty much trying to hold right above 2,000. For me, that seems like a good relatively entry point for gold. How is oil looking? Oil. Okay, we've got a high, and then we've got a lower high, which isn't good. And you can see gold simply here on the weekly had a hard time getting above the $7,500 rank. And now we could see definitely some support. So if you're looking at trying to get into gold, oil, that is, my friend, This might be a good portion to look at trying to buy right around this area. However, where would we go if it broke down below? Wow. What is looking like as far as on stochastics? Fuck you. Stupid trading view. This is why a lot of the other trading platforms have got better scenarios set up here. So, dun, dun, dun. Yeah, crude oil. Will we be getting back above there? Potentially. We've had quite a few weeks of a down. There's looking for a bounce for sure. All right, so the ones that I'm super into is the main one that I trade is Ethereum and Bitcoin. And what am I looking at? Well, we got relatively up to 2,400. Where is my Fibonacci? Here. Dun, dun, dun. So for Fibonacci, we're going to go from... screw you guys. That's Fib retracement. Fib. Yeah, why wasn't it right here? So we're going to go from the high to the low. Okay. Where'd it go? Boom, boom. And we are relatively right around that golden pocket. For a while on my channel, I've been going saying that crypto is going to hit this $2,500 mark on Ethereum. And that is essentially where we are right here. We're looking at this range in here. And that has been my price target for a while. Boom, boom, boom. And we saw, let me just get rid of Fib. No, not copy. Reset. We've been having this trend line here on Ethereum. And I really wish I would have zoomed back out on the weekly to look at where this area was, because I had a bust-ass trade going for Ethereum, and I ended up closing right around 23.75, and we got all the way up to 94, which was the high. Actually, it's saying 96. And that's right here. So we definitely have some resistance here. It's been a little while for Ethereum going up here. We've got a little trend line that is going here. So we could potentially see a pullback to the $2,200 range, right? And we're at $2,350. That would be a healthy correction. If I'm zooming in on the daily, and if I look at the daily, okay, the daily, we have this bull flag that came up here this last recently, and its scenario is it went down just a bit before going back up, which was nice for the market because that was a good flag pattern. Okay, you can definitely see that flag pattern. If this guy would have gone much lower down here, we probably would have been able to break through and it would have been bad. But man, Ethereum and the bots that trade this stuff is just so difficult. And then from there, we have bounced up. So now we're looking on the daily. We're having another reddish candle, which would maybe be healthy for the market. Here, I would like to see this guy go green. And truthfully, that price target is right around that 2,500 where we're at. But I could see us before this ETF get going, we could see bouncing up to that $3,000 mark for Ethereum. Bitcoin has been fluttering around the $44,000 mark. Well, why? Well, it's plain and simple. Okay, we've got the resistance. Boom. If I'm zooming in on the daily, we're hitting that. And dude, it's just this massive run up here. So I'm expecting some sort of a give in Bitcoin for sure. And this is where I want to try to buy, is down on a dip here right around 40,000 or so. That would be perfect and healthy again for the market, because I got to zoom out to see where we're looking at, because that 3,800 would really be the level to hold. 38,000 for Bitcoin, which would still be healthy. Anything below there is getting tough. You could see a lot of support right around the $30,000 mark, but this is looking good for an uptrend, and I could see us again having potentially a weak red candle because we've had so many green candles for a while. Like back during the bull market, you see you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is ridiculous that we have 8 weekly green candles in a row. What does the month look like? Boom. 3 months in a row. Here, the last bull run, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess we could theoretically continue to go upwards, but I don't think we're going to hit new all-time highs until the end of next year, which again would be healthy for the market as well. But man, it is looking like a buy right now on a dip of Bitcoin to start loading your bags a little bit. The market is getting ready to turn around. It is moving in. People are moving into the market. And basically the reason as to why people are moving into the market is we've got interest rates that are going to be paused or cut. Oh, hey, Bobby, good to see you, buddy. And Rocky saying, I'm expecting a correction in the next few days. I absolutely am. The not being able to hold 44,000 is a sign that we are going to get a correction. We might get a correction before Christmas, and then it'll be buy the rumor, sell the news at that point, because then the ETF is going to happen here the beginning of January, where we'll get a definite answer. So I think we're going to get another big run up, but we're going to get a correction. And where I'm looking for that correction is going to be right around the $40,000 range. I think something is going to need to happen where we're going to see a big red candle, and we're just holding on to our horses to wait to see where that candle is. For Ethereum, it might bounce off that 2,000, which would be the level that it's got to hold. Bitcoin realistically has to hold 30,000 to be continued into this bull cycle. However, I don't think we're going to get down there for a while, because that's going to hurt a lot of the bulls that are thinking, hey, it's safer to get into crypto right now. So truthfully, there is going to be a red candle coming along at some point. Okay, if looking at the daily, we've had such a big, nice run up, and the $38,000 mark would be the level to really, really hold. So if I just move this guy down to this box, can I edit this? Yeah, screw it. Why is it not letting me edit it? I gotta zoom out because I'm on the weekly here. There we go. Move this guy here. Okay. So truthfully, this 38 level is where we need to stay in. So it'd be the 38 to 35 level, and we could see a giant dip down from there. But if I'm looking at the weekly, man, yeah, that 38 is what's holding strong. Okay, on the daily, even the daily, man, looks like there's nothing holding it in place before there. We'll have some level of support right around the $40,000 range, and it's not much. The true line is that 38,000. The true line is that 38,000 is going to be the strong. For the correction is right around the 40 to 42. Okay, this is the next small little level. This would be the first level that I'm buying into. And let me go back to reset this. Gosh, looking at stochastics. Stochastics is oversold right now, and I wouldn't be selling until we got under the 30 here. But if I'm just zooming in on that daily, I want to buy more Bitcoin when we touch this level. Okay, that's in between the 40-ish thousand. This would be the ideal level that people would be stupid not to buy Bitcoin at, in would be the 38, it may not happen. The level that's probably going to happen is around the 40, okay, before we bounce up. Right here, we're getting this little fake breakout, and we could even see a flag that could happen. None of this could happen, and we could bounce up to that 48,000 real quick. If, let's just say, this area, let me get rid of that guy. If we just continue with this bull flag for a little while and bounce, that would honestly not be that too bad either. And we could hop up to that $48,000 range. Where am I getting it? Simple lines. Simple lines. You guys know I love lines. Trading is following the trend and literally knowing where your price targets are and your entry. Okay, you make money on the entry, not on the sell. So we could see that happening too, where we're getting in this bull flag and then bounce up to that 48,000. And we could honestly see that 48,000 before the ETF. So I will see where I am going to trade. If we can stay above 44,000, I will re-enter again. Okay, but if we don't, I want to re-enter right around the 42-ish $1,000 mark, because I want to see a little bit of a correction, because we are going to see these long wicks. What Bitcoin is notorious for doing is it loves to see these wicks that are these guys that just murder guys that are using leverage. These long wicks, whenever we see these long wicks, they instantly go back up to support. And that's why it's difficult to have a level of a stop loss, because these guys are just stop killers is what they do. Is because if you were trading this move on support and resistance and you saw a little bit of a breakout, well, you would put your stop loss maybe a little bit below here and you'd instantly get liquidated out because of these guys. Bitcoin, there's another one. If I go back down here, here's another massive one. Okay, these candles suck. They're the ones that you have to look out for, because they're basically saying that the bottom is in, but they kill you. They absolutely kill you. So I'm expecting to see a long wicked candle at some point here in the near future. If not, boom, we stay above the 44,000 and go above there. Bobby's saying that we're being led to slaughter. Yeah, I mean, when I look at the trading programs and the platforms, there's not a lot of, the funding rates aren't incredibly expensive. So people are still thinking that we're kind of going to get bumped up here. So I warn everyone that you need to be careful on your stops. And if you're trying to enter this market, we need to you want to get in on one of those great green heaven candles here. These guys, you want to get in and start, boom, right as it's going up there. You want to follow it. Everyone wants to get in before something actually happens, but it's more risky there. You want to wait for the pop off and to follow that trend here. So we're waiting for about 6-7 hours for the daily to close, and we'll see what happens. If we close above the 44,000, that'll be strong, and I may re-enter, not with a big position size, but something that is a little bit more risky here. But my price target before the ETF is 48,000, right? That'd be the perfect Christmas deal. And Ethereum is definitely the 2,500 to the $3,000 mark, which is what I would like to see. But man, there could be another correction, and that correction is going to be close to this $2,100 mark, which would be safe. Realistically, we'd probably see that wick again within this range. So it'd be the 2,000 to 2,100. Getting in on something like this would be a smart buy, right? Even for a long position, anything in here would be good to get ready for that $3,000 up. But anyway, hope you guys are having a good weekend. Till next time, this is Johnny Crypto. And if you're looking for a platform to trade, I really like Biget. The links are in the description. They have all the trading view and analysis that you can hope to have or ask for without having to pay TradingView $350 a year to have more than 3 indicators, because truthfully, you really only need about 2, maybe 3 indicators to show you, as long as you're trading in a trend. That's what I like to do. Till next time. Yeah, I said that.